They mocked her old jacket until a general recognized the patch and froze. "You really think you belong here, rat?" The words sliced through the commissary's chatter like a knife. All eyes turned to the young woman in the faded military jacket, its frayed edges and worn patches standing out starkly against the crisp uniforms around her. She kept her head down, gripping her tray tighter as laughter rippled through the room. No one noticed the way her jaw clenched, or the shadow of something far heavier in her eyes. But in less than a minute, every smirk in that room would vanish. Because no one knew the truth about that jacket. No one except the one man who could destroy them all with a single word. Private Elise Carter had learned long ago that survival meant staying invisible. The army wasn't her choice. It was her last resort. After her father's disappearance, the military had been the only place that offered structure, a paycheck, and a way to bury the past. But the past never stayed buried. Every day, she endured the whispers, the sneers about her second-hand gear, the way the others dismissed her as some charity case. She could have corrected them, could have told them the jacket wasn't just some thrift store find. It was her father's. But some secrets were too dangerous to share. Then he walked in. General Harlan Voss, a legend in his own right, strode into the commissary like a storm rolling in. Conversations died mid-sentence. Chairs scraped as soldiers snapped to attention. Elise froze, her blood turning to ice. She'd spent years avoiding him, but fate had a cruel sense of humor. His gaze swept the room, then locked onto her. No, onto the patch on her sleeve. His face went pale. The room held its breath as the general crossed the floor, his steps measured, his expression unreadable. The soldiers who'd mocked Elise exchanged nervous glances. Then, in a voice that cracked like thunder, he spoke. "Where did you get this?" His finger hovered over the patch, a faded insignia, one that hadn't been used in decades. Elise lifted her chin. "It belonged to my father." A murmur spread through the crowd. The general's hands trembled. "Your father?" His voice was barely a whisper. "Daniel Carter was your father?" The name sent a shockwave through the room. Daniel Carter, the decorated Special Forces operative, the man who'd gone MIA on a mission so classified even the records were erased. The man the general had sworn he'd bring home. Elise saw the realization dawn in the general's eyes, the guilt, the grief, the unspoken truth. Her father hadn't just been his soldier, he'd been his best friend. "You left him behind," Elise said, her voice shaking. "You told them he was dead." The general flinched as if struck. Around them, the room had gone deathly still. For years, Elise had believed her father abandoned her, until she found his journal, until she learned the truth. He'd been betrayed. And the man who'd signed the order to leave him in enemy territory was standing right in front of her. The general's breath came ragged. "You thought wrong," Elise snapped. She reached into her pocket and slammed a dog tag onto the table. The metal clattered between them, the name still visible beneath the grime. "He's alive, and you're going to help me bring him home." Silence. Then, with a slow, solemn nod, the general straightened. "Everyone out." The commissary emptied in seconds. Elise stood tall, no longer the outcast, no longer the joke. The general exhaled, his voice breaking. "I spent 10 years thinking I got him killed." She met his gaze, her own eyes burning. "Then it's time to make it right." Outside, the wind howled, like the ghosts of the past, finally being answered. And for the first time in years, Elise allowed herself to hope.
If this story touched you, hit that like button and drop a karma in the comments below.